Hello there. It is currently day 3 of Star Wars Celebration. Obviously, we're not there yet, but I'm just going to go and talk about all the things that we've seen and done in the first 2 days. Obviously, this news is already out there, but obviously, I'm going to make my own video about it, and obviously, a lot of this news is incomplete, but let's just go through some of it. So, there was the Mandalorian and Grogu panel on Friday. I did not get to attend this, sadly. They did show some footage, which I have seen, and it looks really good. Mando basically gets a bit of a one-shot hallway sequence. I like how we call them hallway sequences now because of either Vader or Daredevil and that. Mando gets one of those. Looks like they're busting into an AT-AT, where he just comes in and wrecks everyone all in one shot. The footage changes and we see Sigourney Weaver as a character who I believe was Bishop, I think her name was. Sort of just talking about Mando working for her now. She has authority. Mando sort of goes away from authority, stuff like that. We see some fighting on the snowy mountains where the AT-ATs were. We see Grogu swimming at one point. We see Zeb very briefly, so we know that Zeb is going to be in the movie. We knew that already, but we just saw him again. And we, end on Grogu destroying like a little mouse droid thing, which is fun. And then at the very, very end, you get a stinger of Jeremy Allen White's character, Rota the Hutt, Stinky himself, and he is a buff gladiator who is going to be appearing on a lot of Hear Me Out cakes. And yeah, that was Mando and Grogu. At the same time, they also officially announced Star Wars Starfighter. This is the Sean Levy, Ryan Gosling movie that's been in the works, rumored for a while, finally officially announced. And that is going to begin filming this fall. So not too far off beginning to film that. And that has a release date of May 2027. Mando and Grogu, by the way, May 2026. So they're moving back to May, which is cool. I like May. That's the year my birthday's in. Month my birthday's in. Ryan Gosling came out, got a big reaction and everything. I didn't hear a whole lot of details. I don't know if they gave a lot of details about this movie. I'll find out at some point, I am sure. After that, I went to the publishing panel. I saw a lot of cool stuff there. Things that have pretty much already been announced. There were a couple of nice little teasers. Dr. Chris Kempshall, I should say, wrote The Rise and Fall of the Galactic Empire, which is an in-universe book in Star Wars about the fall of the Empire. At the end of his little segment, he teased that he is going to be writing another book from another point of view character in the Star Wars universe, because I believe the first one is written from the point of view of Beaumont Kin. And he teased it by saying, Red 2 standing by. So I believe we are going to be getting a book from the point of view of Wedge Antilles in the Star Wars universe, like an in-universe book. So that's very fun. They talked about a couple other things. Master of Evil, talked about the High Republic, showed off the Luminous 9. Really good panel. I really enjoyed that one for all the books. After that, we went to the animation panel, which was fantastic. They talked about sort of the history of animation, which was Dave Filoni and Athena Portillo, and it was a great conversation, honestly, just sort of seeing them go back and talk about Clone Wars, working with George Lucas, Rebels. They're moving into like the Bad Batch and stuff like that, like a little bit about Resistance and Young Jedi Adventures, and it was just a nice little conversation. Then they moved into talking about Tales of the Empire, which we got to see the very first episode of, which was focused on Asajj Ventress. Now, I'm going to full-on spoil a part of this here. I apologize. If you don't want to hear a spoiler, skip like 30 seconds ahead. But the episode opens basically with the ending of the Dark Disciple book. So Quinlan Vos and Obi-Wan appear, laying Asajj Ventress to rest on Dathomir, and it picks up from there. And it's great. The animation in this show looks fantastic. Like the whatever engine or thing that they're rendering the Clone Wars style stuff in has gotten so good, it is like scary. I do always wish they could do a different style of animation, but I guess that's kind of what we have visions for at the moment. But like, it just looks incredible. Like, I can't say enough good things about it. But the first episode, really fun. Can't wait to see more. We got to see another Inquisitor. There was a cool lightsaber fight. It was fun. It was fun as hell. And after that, they announced the next full series, which was Maul Shadow Lord, coming out in 2026. Tales of the Underworld, by the way, May 4th, coming out. So very, very soon. Maul Shadow Lord 2026, of course, starring the man himself, Sam Witwer, as Maul. I'm unsure exactly when this is taking place in the timeline. I want to say maybe before Solo, because he appears at the end of that show, so this might be his lead up into how he got into that position. I'm assuming that's where it is anyway. It's sort of unconfirmed. He does seem to take on an apprentice. It is a Twi'lek. Some people are saying that it's Talon, and some people are running with that and saying, oh, it's officially confirmed. Nothing's been officially confirmed. It could be Talon, it might not be Talon. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. In the trailer, though, which I didn't realize wasn't publicly available, you do get to see Marok in that trailer, which was very, very cool. And yeah, this trailer was awesome. I can't wait to see more of this show. When the trailer finished, Sam Witwer was on stage, like bathed in red light, and just said, "Play it again." And it was a fantastic moment. A lot of fun. So that's coming out in 2026. And then on day 2, we went to the Ahsoka panel. So if anyone was at the Andor panel, they got to watch the first episode of Andor. I went to the Ahsoka panel in the afternoon, where they talked a little bit about sort of Season 1, how it all came together. Rosario Dawson, Hayden Christensen was on stage, along with Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau. This was another great conversation, just hearing everyone talk about like making this thing, getting the band back together, and that moving into live action, a full live action series. It was a great conversation. It was really good. I think this one was publicly streamed as well, so maybe you've seen it. Towards the end, though, they did confirm a lot of great things in this one. They did say that Rory McCann will be taking place over Ray Stevenson for Balin's Skull. They showed a character costume test for him. He looks fantastic. They did confirm that Hayden Christensen would be back in some form in Season 2 of Ahsoka. They confirmed that Admiral Akbar will be in Season 2 of Ahsoka. There are little Loth cat things called Loth kittens or Loth balls, which were so adorable. Zeb is also actually confirmed to be in Season 2 of Ahsoka. They snuck that in towards the end. So they did a trailer, because obviously they haven't started filming. They said they start filming next week. So they haven't started filming, so obviously they have no footage to show. So Dave sort of queued up this little trailer that he'd made about how The Empire Strikes Back had a trailer before they'd started filming anything, and it was just like concept art and pictures. And so they put together a sort of thing where they just showed off concept art, and it had like the old-timey narration over the top of it. It was great. And we got to see a heap of different concept art. Chopper holding a gun, some ancient machines that looked like some Zepho stuff. It was awesome. Maybe someone that looked like a Mother Talzin type character. Some people are saying Abeloth. Who knows? They did tease the Mortis gods in the panel again. But yeah, the stinger was great, and it showed Zeb Aurelius in that trailer, and like they said his name and everything, so I assume Zeb is confirmed for that as well. Yeah, great panel. Comes out. Don't have a release date, sorry for that, but they're filming it next week, so we know that that's happening. After that, I went to the Zero Company, the Bit Reactor panel, where they talked about Star Wars Zero Company, the new Star Wars turn-based tactics game coming out in 2026. They confirmed it takes place during the Clone Wars. It has full customization. So it has authored characters, like your character has a name, but you can customize them however you want. Whether it's a human, whether it's an alien, you can change the name. But obviously there is a story that will happen regardless to that character. There are a group of characters that you can have. These are called authored characters, basically. They're sort of like the default squad members that you have. They had a Tognath Jedi, a Umbaran sharpshooter, a clone trooper, and a Mandalorian. And that's sort of this ragtag group of soldiers and mercenaries called Zero Company. So obviously you can play the game with those characters, or you can fully create your entire own squad. they said that you can just make your own squad if you want, or you can play with the authored characters. So I'm going to play probably 2 playthroughs of this, one with the authored characters and one with my own creations. You can have a full team of astromechs if you would like. You can just be all astromechs. That could be interesting. I don't know how far you'll get, but you can do it. And this panel was great. They didn't go too in depth into everything, but they hit all the beats. It looks like XCOM. It plays like XCOM. There's nice team synergies between different team members. You can have bonds form between members if they are sent on missions together more than once. Some of them start off like not really liking or trusting each other, but if you send them on the same missions enough, their bond will start to grow and more abilities will open up and become available to you. This one looked great. I can't wait for this one. This is coming out in 2026. Looks fantastic. And that is about it. I'm sure I'm forgetting something, but that's sort of what my experience has been with Star Wars Celebration for the first couple of days. We've got Day 3 coming up very, very soon. We've got the first look at Star Wars Visions, Volume 3 this morning in like an hour or 2 hours. Gotta go see that. And then we've got the closing ceremony at the end of the day. I'm sure there's other stuff that we're going to go see, but yeah, that's it for now. I'll check in later. Anyway, thank you for watching. From Japan and Star Wars Celebration, I bought a chopper hat as well. From Japan, Star Wars Celebration, goodbye. May the Force be with you, always.